Welcome to Copacetic Inc., a Group 8 production. This includes Fossilia Sanders, Ben Garrison, and Cody Blankenship. The story so far. Maroney's Club takes place in downtown Chicago. It is a bustling and busy little pub that has been in the family business for a long time. The crew is working together not only to maintain this one pub, but prepare for the opening of another in Detroit. Who are we aiming to please? Everyday and average Joes need some way to relax and unwind. Those are who we are aiming to seek out. We want individuals who understand the confusions that can sometimes come with change in management and changes within the industry of whatever they're working in. We want people to be able to enjoy our show, which is family friendly and educational. Meeting our team. Copacetic Inc., or Group 8, is a small collective team of creative and dynamic workers who, through the course of a semester, have gathered and worked to create a unique and funny short TV show series focusing on managerial concepts, theories, and a team of quirky bar workers. The creator, Fossilia Sanders, actress, full-time student, and mentor. Working hard to ensure that this show is a success, just like the rest of her teammates, Fossilia Sanders takes place in having a hand in every aspect of this, from writing to editing to producing the TV show themselves. She works with the group as the team leader to make sure that everything is concise and consistent through every episode. Cody Blankenship, the creative mind. Marine, full-time student, and writer. Cody is the wonderful mix that helps our team create everything that is necessary for our episodes to not only connect to the managerial concepts that we are focusing on, but also to the audience. He helps write in the characters and their development, as well as kind of plan where the story will go from one episode to the next. The critical thinker, Ben Garrison, bartender, full-time student, and editor. Ben works hard to ensure that everything that we push out has been edited and rechecked and is concise, consistent, and makes complete sense. We'd hate for there to be any confusion from our end to those who watch our show, so he comes in to make sure that everything is understandable, relatable, and still teaches the points that we need to hit. Our team's general thoughts on management. The key terms that we focused on as a singular group was adaptability, communication, and decision making. Without these key elements, our show would have been impossible to develop, considering how we needed to be able to change with whatever we were hit with, communicate to one another if we had any issues, or were slacking behind on a certain aspect of whatever project we were working on, as well as decision making. As fun as it was to develop ideas and collaborate and throw things at one another, we needed to be able to decide on a singular topic for each episode and go forward from there. Now, our personal thoughts on what a manager should be. Fossilia believes that a manager needs to be able to identify and set objectives for themselves and their units. This means that they should be able to achieve the right results because they have planned ahead. Cody believes that a good manager is someone who is first and foremost competent in their job. They should be able to answer any and all questions appointed to them from their employees or anyone else that they encounter. They also need to be approachable. And Ben believes that a great manager is someone who understands that most of your time will be spent dealing with changes, problems, and disgruntled employees. You should be able to balance all these things and instill confidence within those who work with you. Mixing management and entertainment. Within our show, we have multiple managerial concepts, but here is just example one of how we work that in with the story and our characters. Episode 2. Managerial concept focus was employee evaluation and consequences. Employee evaluations focuses on grading your employees with different standards and different expectations with critiques, on their performance over a set period of time. This allows managers and employers to gauge how hardworking some of their employees are, how competent they are, and how reliable they are. Also, their worth to the company. Within this episode, Liza, our assistant manager, is confronted with the issue of having to consequence Harvey Bullock because he has been late to work multiple times, which goes against company policy and is unacceptable. She also needs to show to her employees that showing up late is not accepted. And even if you are the most popular bartender, you could still be punished. The key topics in this episode were managing disgruntled employees, handling inspections and reviews, overcoming scheduling obstacles, ethical decision making in reprimanding, and the theories system. Now, what was the resolution? Well, even though she did have to dish out the punishment to Harvey, which caused a rift among employees because they had to work more and pick up for his slack, because he is very knowledgeable and very popular, and he is the full-time bartender, while Edward was only part-time and he had to step up. They did learn through communication, evaluating the company policy, that the decision made by Liza was justified, right, and completely understandable. This resulted in a resolution altogether, and they were able to move forward. Our next example is episode 4. We have a link here if you would like to go and check that out. Now, in episode 4, the managerial concept focus was layoffs and planning. Within this episode, Maroney is returning to the bar in Detroit while he's also sifting through employee profiles. He's come up with a budget and realized that they have to, unfortunately, cut back on some employees, maybe reduce some hours, but definitely lay off some of those who they are able to spare. Now, the working key concepts in this episode are layoffs and reductions, planning and organizing, diversity, and business performance. Now, Maroney must do a lengthy review of all his staff and analyze their worth to the business, dependability, and resources. Laying off an employee is never a simple decision for an employer. He has to go through not only their resources and their finances to take into account of their survivability outside of this job for a short period of time they are employed, also their worth to the building and to the company, and he needs to be able to give advance notices to everyone to let them know that these layoffs are coming in the near future and to prepare themselves because no final decision has been made. When he does lay off someone, he has to explain his decision, why he decided to choose this specific person, respect them during that moment, and also acknowledge their feelings while informing the staff of the loss of one of their team members. Our advice for future students: please read and watch everything posted on Canvas. Keep up with the weekly design challenges. Complete your portion of the assignments in the group projects in a timely manner. Nobody enjoys having to wait longer than they expected or into the last minute to receive something that they should have got a while ago. Research the careers and topics that inspire you. This doesn't just mean focus on one singular, broad view of jobs that you could use with the degree that you have. Try to focus in on some and decide what really inspires you and motivates you to work harder. Keep calm. College is trying and difficult, but remember that you are here for a purpose and a reason, and you are here to work hard. There is no reason to hold back if you can balance everything while still being able to enjoy yourself. Try to be on top of everything. While this does conflict with the previous step, remember, plan your stuff out. Your teachers give you everything mostly in the beginning of the first week within that class. Try to schedule out your assignments and know ahead of time what you want to do and what you need to do. Our growth as a team. From this course, we learned that our weaknesses involved not only communication, but scheduling and planning, considering this was an online course for us rather than inside the classroom. We had to gauge not only each other's time for completing assignments and handling whatever was thrown at us, but also recognizing that if we don't constantly keep in contact, someone could be left out of the loop for something that is minor or is hugely significant. Everyone has to work together and know what each episode is about, what they're developing, in order to have a successful time in this class. We had to improve our strategies and our research. This means that beyond planning, we also had to go through every chapter within our book that we covered during the course of this semester and find those managerial concepts that we felt most coincided with not only our script and our characters, but helped show their growth as they went through this process. And we also learned on cultural differences and unity. Everyone comes from different backgrounds, and with the help of patience and communication, we were able to coincide, all come together, and create this wonderful, wonderful show. Our design challenges. Throughout the course of the semester, if you check out Finger Puppet Management on Instagram, you will see our class's fun and creative ideas, the way we handled some things thrown at us, and what we created over that time. You can check out our YouTube presentation at the end, and we thank you for checking out Moroni's Pub and Creations.